Okay, Marlene and husband. This is your new stereo, should you approve, primarily for playing your 78s, but it will also accommodate your LPs. So what I did was, and I think this is an actual different deck than the pictures I sent you initially, because I needed to make some changes. Hinged dust cover, which is really nice. Compacts. Beautiful 70s particle board plinth, but it's heavy, so that helps. I also have some rubber isolation feet on the bottom, so the deck will hardly move. Okay, and you got your spring action from your 70s record changer deck. Okay, you can stack up to 6 records. There's 4 speeds. I don't have the 45 adapter, but if you do want that, I can help you purchase one from eBay. This would be the full-size BSR. The Panasonic speakers are, it's one speaker, so they're not two-way, but I put new high-tech now for to match the RCA 155 receiver, but they're full sound speakers, so they sound better than they did originally, and they're really a good match for this little system. And since you'll be primarily playing your 78s, it will accommodate that. The receiver accommodates that, especially for ceramic cartridge, and 25 watts. It's an RCA SA155, and the operating instructions I have for both the record changer and the little receiver. And it has a switch on the back for magnetic or ceramic if you want to upgrade to a different turntable at another time. It also has an input choice of it has an input choice of CD and tuner. So if you wanted to actually put like a AM/FM tuner to attach to it, or a CD player, you could do that as well. And each speaker has new wiring that I soldered into the actual speaker. They're about 6 feet apart. 6 feet of wire for each speaker, so you can spread them out a little bit. And the receiver can be horizontal as well. I have it there to accommodate the space I have for the demo. And you'll find that with the ceramic cartridge, you'll get the clearest sound when your tone is all the way up on this. So it really enhances what you'd hear from ceramic cartridge compared to like a newer receiver, where you have to do a line in type thing. So you power it on, and I have on the back I put little red dots of what you're supposed to plug in, and I forgot to mention, this is brand new. This RCA SA155, it was new in box, so that makes it extra special. So you're not going to have any receiver issues until you upgrade, if you want. So it's really good. Tested it on 78s. I'm going to play we're going to sample 6 78s of mine right now, and then a few the larger 78s that I had. I have a collection, but it's really good dedicated system for your 78s, and the albums we'll sample a couple albums as well. So first thing is and the little receiver is really good actually. So it has a power light there, so so you always know when it's on. And let me grab a stack of 78s and we'll play records. And just to preface, my 78s are not cared for well, so you're getting really raw records, and then it will give you better perspective on what you think your sound is going to be like. Okay, I have 6 78s on. The speed is 78, size is 10. The flip needle is over to 78. Okay, we'll bring it in. Watch it change to the next record.
You've gotta be a little more standoffish when fellas offer you a buggy ride.
I'll give an imitation of a crawfish and dig myself a hole where I can hide.
I heard how you've been kicking up some capers when I was off in Kansas City, Mo.
No!
I heard some things you couldn't print in papers, and from fellas who've been talking like they know.
But I only did the... Why fight the feeling, the fabulous feeling? Why fight the feeling? We're face to face with romance. Why miss the magic, the moment of magic?
Watch it shut down. Okay, so these are large LPs I have from a historical collection, and I've never played them actually, and I think that they've probably never been played as well. Called Can You Hear It Now by Edward R. Murray and Fred W. Friendly. 1933 to 45, the chronicle of the war in the years of crisis, told in the authentic sounds and voices. So they have like speeches by Duke of Windsor, MacArthur, Churchill, Eisenhower, and they also have D-Day and Hindenburg stuff, FDR's funeral. So kind of what this is about. But so now I'm going to put it on size 12 because there's an LP size. And I think it's still 78. We'll see, won't we?
These are the sounds of days that are past.
Yeah.
We record a new dimension of history. A scrapbook of sounds from 13 years of violence and achievement. Part of the greatest mass adventure man has yet undertaken. A voice can cut through the hazy fog of time and bring yesterday's images sharply into focus. Do you recognize this voice?
Hold the distinction, being the only nation in the history of the world that ever went to the poorhouse in an automobile.
That was the voice of Will Rogers, trying to teach America how to laugh its way through a depression. 1933 was dark all over the world. Japan was already in Manchuria, and the League of Nations was dying in Geneva. In Germany, the Reichstag fire was history. So was the Weimar Republic. In Italy, Benito Mussolini had translated a people's search for security into savage conquest. In rich, fertile America, fear and uncertainty lay heavy upon the land.
Our greatest primary task is to put people to work.
Franklin D. Roosevelt. With the exception of the president, no one in American politics receives a larger paycheck than the mayor of the city of New York. From 1934 to 46, with the exception of the president, no one in American politics made more news than the irrepressible mayor of the city of New York, Fiorello H. LaGuardia.
Yes, I have the proof that my kind of city government is the kind of city government the people of our city want. Isn't it grand?
Okay, and I'll grab some LPs.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
That sounds great. watch it shut down. And this is your new record player. I hope you like it. I hope you love it. I think you're going to buy it. Thank you.